How many of you want to leave the session empowered today? Okay. All right, good. I saw those hands go. Okay, let me see the hands up high one more time. Yeah! That's better. Okay. So just a little bit out of your box. This session you're getting credit for. It's going to be educational. So the first thing I want to tell you is that talk is cheap. I just saw maybe 80% of you say that you're going to get out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to test you. I want everybody up right now. You guys are. How you make people feel. That's what Sizzle is about. How you make people feel. It's not about you, but you are doing it. So it's when you make people feel good, you feel good. And how you maximize the efforts of others. Got it? Got it. Great. Okay, you got it. Okay. So how many of you guys make decisions like all during your day? 100% of the time you're making decisions all day long. Me too. So I'm going to burst your bubble. Because 40% of what you do is habit. It's not a decision. You do it because you're used to it. You've done it this way before. Proven track record. You do it. It's a habit. 40% of what we do is habit. Okay? Let's go to number 2. That was the first key. What was it? Change your language. Okay? The second key. Most people need to take a look at where their weaknesses are. I say you build on your strengths because you're strong. You're strong leaders in a lot of things that you're doing already. So you build on your strength. So because when you have to come from weaknesses, you have to come down from much further down. So when you start building on your strengths, you start and you go all the way up. So when you build on your strengths, you can go from strengths to exceptional. So that's why we're going through find your inner edge. So that's number 4. What was number 1? Change your language. Number 2? Number 3? Yes. Number 4? Okay. For every one of these, you should be putting down something that you're uncomfortable with. Maybe it's delegating. Maybe it's I'm always upset with people when they're late. Whatever it is, something that you have to embrace to do differently. Come back to you in a minute. It's going to be a test. Number 5, do something that makes you happy. Something that makes you really happy. We talked about 3. This is very important. When you synthesize in 3s. When you synthesize in 3s, all the answers are up here. But think about the media that we have. Think about the media. ABC, NBC, they talk to us all day long. They talk to us about news, whatever it is. And all these stations, CBS, Fox, MTV, BET, you name it, they all synthesize. They have 3s. Because we remember better in 3s. So when we're, in the process of looking at television and changing the channel and seeing what we want, if it's not interesting, what are we going to do? We're going to change the channel. We're going to take it away. So if you're not persuasive, if you're not interesting, guess what they're going to do? Your team is going to change the channel. They're going to change the channel. Connects, conveys, and convinces. Remember I told you those 3 words in the beginning of the session? I said you'll see them again and again. Connects, conveys, and convinces. He does that exceptionally well. Okay, we need another drum roll. 5-second drum roll. Okay, our next contestant for Grade the Greats is, tell me who she is? Martha Stewart. So, Martha Stewart in Grade the Greats, same scale, A, B, C, D, F. Martha gets a B. You gotta tell me if you agree with this. Martha is a tally-like guest. Do you know what a tally-like guest is? When the red light comes on, she's ready to do her thing when the red light comes on. Now, when that red light goes off, Martha comes back to her old snake personality, and she's ready to cut your nose off if you don't. That's Martha's doing. She is a beacon. Now, she's engaging when the light's on, and she reverts to her old self when the light's off. We are all broadcasters. Every one of you in this room, you're a broadcaster. You're broadcasting to your team. You're broadcasting to your family. You're broadcasting if you're sending an email. You're broadcasting if you're sending a voicemail. You're broadcasting if you're texting your teenager. You're broadcasting if you're on Skype, if you're face-to-face, whatever. You're all, do you recognize that? Got it? Great. Okay. So how can we be more effective as broadcasters? You're all broadcasters. So to be more effective, if you're a broadcaster, the one thing, there's many things you want to do. You want to talk to people in their language. The thing that really amazes me is people whose job it is to convince us they're boring and they're bland. What is up with them?